back, everybody. This week I will talk about the most electrifying man in entertainment, the trailblazing, eyebrow-raising, back-squeezing, candy ass whooping Dwayne The Rock Johnson. This human action figure started out as a wrestler and then sneaked his tiny puny little frame into the movie industry like Ferdinand in a china shop. And he's come such a long way in 2 decades. In order to explore his career, we're gonna focus on 2 eras. Hairy Rock, for the time before his hair follicles ran away in fear, and bald as a llama's ballsack Rock, for the time that made him a global superstar. In Scorpion King, a ponytailed, thin-eyebrowed Rock wants to avenge the death of his brother, Bobby Sixkiller from Renegade, who was murdered by this evil Knievel footballer-looking warlord. So he kidnaps his sexy sorceress and, well, deflowers her under the moonlight. Anyways, he then goes after this Mohawk King and kills him, but not just anyhow. He rips an arrow out of his own back and shoots this fucker into oblivion. How badass is that?
I make my own destiny.
And it seems that he does, because after this, his career took off faster than a kitty after a Purina biscuit. Speaking of food, here we get a glimpse of The Rock's diet, which is mostly protein-based. I'm not afraid of fire ants.
Hello?
Spider! Spider! In the rundown, The Rock chases Stifler all over the jungle. Stifler chases Treasure, and Christopher Walken chases both of them. And in all this mayhem, there's gonna be a lot of fighting. We have Tarzan Jiu-Jitsu rebels, we have Indiana Jones wannabes, we have a feisty Amazonian female, we have parasites that crawl up your ding-dong and hallucinogen fruit. And The Rock hates them all.
And I hate freaky feet.
Is there a need for such display of anguish? In Doom, Dwayne plays a tough-as-nails soldier called Sarge because, well, he's a sergeant and people lack imagination. Anyways, he is sent on a rescue mission to Mars, but there's not much to rescue but a few pieces of human steak. Then they get attacked by monsters and The Rock picks up a BFG and saves them all. Nope, he gets bitten and becomes this evil motherfucker. Enter Carl Urban, aka The Reaper. Finally a cool name. And the People's Champ gets his ass whooped for a change. How does that feel, huh? In Walking Tall, Johnson returns to his hometown after a couple of tours of duty and does what all good old boys do when they come back from the world's asshole. Go to a casino, see some strippers and get into a good old-fashioned brawl. But some dickhead working for the local drug lord takes it too far and carves him like a turkey. Now The Rock takes it really personally and goes old school whoop ass on them, breaking their bones and the casino to pieces. In the game plan, Dwayne plays this football star who gets everything he wants. And some of the things he doesn't. Meet Peyton, his daughter. So his life is turned upside down when she kidnaps his dog, remodels his kitchen and then his bathroom, and even bedazzles his clothes. I'd actually wear something like that. After giving him all this shit, she still manages to win his heart, and in no time, he'll be serenading by her door like a little lost puppy. Fast forward a few more adventures and a trip to the local hospital, and The Rock and Little Miss Sunshine commit to each other with burning love. In Race to Witch Mountain, we have a skinny and frail-looking Rock teaming up with a bunch of alien teenagers on the run from an intergalactic Terminator. And a bunch of government agents who want to dissect these kids like frogs. So they hide out the best place they can think of. Las Vegas Freak Convention. And after playing chicken with trains, they end up on Witch Mountain where The Rock punches this alien assassin right back where he came from. His mama's pussy. So with this movie, Johnson has become Disney's go-to guy when they need a freakishly big tough guy with a heart of gold. A role he's kind of been stuck in ever since. But anyway, let's move on to a bigger, bolder and more muscular part of his career. In Faster, one of my favorite Rock movies, he plays a felon with a hole the size of a rhinoceros's pussy in the back of his head who goes on a rampage to avenge, you've guessed it, his brother. This movie is really dark and stylish, and here he doesn't do his usual larger-than-life persona, but sticks to the quiet and deadly madman whom even the underworld refuses to take in. Armed with a six-shooter, he goes ballistic here on office workers, pervy pensioners, people having their appendix removed, and not even priests are safe from this guy. In the end, this human meat grinder gets his man and shoots him in the face. In the Fast and the Furious, he oils up his muscular body and kidnaps the franchise from Diesel. The best part about it is the final confrontation between these two bodies, which is a testosterone overload. Now, if you are 13 and don't have hair on your balls yet, watch it. You'll have a bush in no time. He also starred in a remake of Jumanji, which was quite a shock to me because Jumanji and those freaky drums really haunted my childhood. Please make them stop. Please make them stop. I honestly thought this would suck like most sequels do, but for a change the studios came up with something original and they turned Jumanji into a console game where The Rock is an avatar. And the child in me just went, woohoo! In Hercules, we have a hobo-looking Rock who uses a lion's mane as a wig and clubs people to the left and right. He then fights centaurs, half human, half horse. I wonder how big their tail is. He is then imprisoned in the king's bondage room and forced to watch some snuff. This sits bad with his stomach, so he breaks free, fights some little puppies from hell, and then shows the king where his place is. He then disperses the rest of his army, showing off his packs, In Moana, we have a fat, singing, dirty-minded demigod, demiguy, who is coerced by a teenager to join her to save the world, even though it's the last thing this dude wants to do. He just wants to sing and talk to his tattoos, which is reasonable. But in the end, they fight this giant lava monster who throws shit fireballs at them, but then they defeat her and she transforms in this green island goddess who is kind of sexy. Now he's put on the dark cape to embody Black Adam in the DC entry, which I haven't seen yet, but I will. And I hope that the filmmakers have taken some risks with it because it has so much fucking potential. Dwayne Johnson is a hell of an entertainer, and if he and the studios would just move out of their comfort zone and do something really, really edgy, he could finally get the respect that he deserves. Don't you think? It doesn't matter what you think! Everybody loves this big giant, and why wouldn't they? He's a role model for kids, a humanitarian, a savvy businessman selling everything from sports clothing, energy drinks to tequila. But you know what, Big D? Real men, they don't drink tequila.
Real men drink Palinka.
And the results are formidable. Thanks for watching, and if you press the subscribe button, you will have my eternal gratitude and my burning love. Lord Almighty, I feel my temperature rising. Higher and higher, it's burning through to my soul.